Yo, welcome to Trippy Commentaries. I'm RJ here in GTA 5 with FPS Kyle.
Yo, what's going on, everybody?
We have a very special guest joining up for this episode. UC559, aka Deadhead Skater, aka Jetpack Hunter Extraordinaire. What's going on, UC?
Yo.
What's up, everybody? Nothing much, just glad to be on the video.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I remember being a big fan of UC back when our channel first started, especially when we were really looking into the Chiliad Mystery. He seemed to be the authority on it, and it shows you that there's so many people involved. I talked to so many people who haven't even heard of UC, which is a shame because he certainly knows a lot when it comes to the Chiliad Mystery, and it's good to have this meeting of the minds in this episode, guys. Let's go ahead and get into it. I figured we'd start off here at the mecca of the Chiliad Mystery. This is where it all starts off, the mural, because so many people just ask us, why do we think there's a jetpack in the game to begin with? It's because of this mural. There's a jetpack symbol right there, and there was a jetpack in San Andreas. Why wouldn't there be one here in GTA 5? FPS Kyle, your current update, what do you think? Do you think the jetpack is in the game, or do you think they're going to release it at a further date?
I think it is in the game, but I think we're not going to be able to get to it until a further date. Obviously, Rockstar wants to have a game with longevity, so you don't want to give away everything right off the bat. So I think they haven't unlocked it to us. We haven't been able to get to it yet. And if there is some type of sequence that we got to pull off to unlock it, then they did not make it easy at all, and it's going to take great minds like you see, like ourselves, like a couple other people that are out there searching for this thing to come together and really solve this mystery.
Yeah, UC, I know, of course, you're in the process of getting a PS4. Then you're going to have to 100% the game. That's always fun. That took us forever. But what's currently on your mind when it comes to the Chiliad mural here and the jetpack in general?
I don't know. I think it's crazy. Like, there's so many clues all over the game. But the crazy thing is that, like, none of them are straightforward. They seem to, like, lure you to a different direction, almost like if Rockstar just trying to make you play as much as you can.
Oh, yeah.
But who knows, there's so much things in the files that are found that probably, like, really show that there's something in the game that has to be unlocked. But, this is Rockstar we're talking about. Maybe it's just a way for us to play the game more, but I mean, it's just so interesting to the point where, like, I think it probably is possible and it ain't possible at the same time, if that even makes sense.
Check this out, UC. I just completely loaded up the mural with sticky bombs, and I'm seeing a lot of cracks all of a sudden in the mural.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've seen those before. It's kind of a first for me. Maybe if we nail this thing enough, that'll actually shatter the mural, because one thing that is really crazy, especially for us, you see, because we've been searching for, the mysteries of the Chiliad Mystery mural here for a long time. You have this new cube, which is currently behind this mural, inside this building. It wasn't in the last gen version. Do you take anything from that? Do you think it's just something that Rockstar's putting back there to troll us?
I don't know, because one thing that stood out to me is when you did a video showing you went under the map and you went to that new the new cave in the next gen with the murder mystery. And under the map, like, the whole, like, layout wasn't loaded. It was just like a small little layout that was loaded. So, like, basically saying, like, once something is triggered, then the rest loads out. So maybe, it is possible that that cube does load something else.
I mean, I'm so glad you brought that up and didn't overlook that, because that is huge when it comes to the Chiliad Mystery. That is proof, definitive proof, that anything could load up at any time, and it won't take that much time at all. I mean, you had just a very small portion of that cave open. Once you walk into it a little bit, the entire thing is open to you to explore. It's pretty big. There's nothing in it, but it is very long, and that shows us that there could indeed be caves or tunnels inside Mount Chiliad that we we can't see until we enter them the right way.
Yeah, it pretty much ends that argument of people saying, well, we've already seen under the map, there's nothing there. It pretty much puts that to end because we just proved that a lot of this stuff actually gets loaded in. So, I mean, you got all these new heist missions that are coming out. There's new interiors that we're going to be able to get into. So it's going to be interesting to see if once the heist DLC comes out, if that unlocks some of those things that we're looking at, these different boxes and squares. Maybe something like that is going to happen.
Now, one thing that we love about UC, here at Trippy Commentaries, we are massive GTA fans. We've been playing since GTA 3. All of the games have some pretty big Easter eggs to unlock. I mean, I've spent way too much time in GTA San Andreas looking for the Bigfoot, and really, I was interested in UFOs in that game. UC, what is your past with GTA? How far back do you go with the series?
Damn.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same as you, you know, GTA 3. Well, me and my brother used to always play that game, and from there it went on to Vice City, San Andreas, GTA 4, and, you know, pretty much right now, GTA 5. But yeah, I agree. When I had a San Andreas, I was always looking for the Bigfoot too, because my friend told me that he's seen it. He said it looked like a bear that it was like walking or something, but I mean, I don't know whether to believe him or not, but it just like dragged me more into the game.
Yeah, and I remember not too far away from the Big Ear. In fact, it was pretty close to the, it's like Old Faithful, but it was a tiny little fountain or whatever.
Yes.
There was like a shop, I forget what kind of store it was, but inside the store, there was a bunch of pictures of UFOs, and I always thought that was crazy.
That's the Little Probe Inn. That's actually a real life place in real life, close to Area 51.
Really? Nice.
Yeah. It's actually like a tourist attraction little shop where you could go get some coffee and talk about maybe some UFO experiences if you've had some, or UFO sightings.
Yeah.
And they actually sell like, you know, like alien coffee mugs and all kinds of stuff like that. And like I said, it's not that far down from the base in real life, and that's exactly what they try to put in the game, like exact same thing.
Yeah, I know one thing that was in that game, you probably have seen it, is like shooting stars. I think that they're really UFOs. It's hard to make them out, but there's nothing like that here in Grand Theft Auto 5 at all.
Yeah, it's weird. You think there would be. I think they would continue that because they have the ability now to even make that even better. So, who knows, man? Maybe it gets added in.
It would be amazing just to be walking around in the forest or something randomly and have like a triangle-shaped UFO go slowly above you at night, looking real eerie. I'm sure that's something we'll start to see in GTA 6. Another question I have for you, UC, we're currently at the Altruist camp here. I feel like this building is the main building to the camp. You have the ritual stone not too far away. That's the other location of the jetpack symbol. I mean, why the hell is the jetpack symbol in the Altruist camp? What a weird place for it to be. But I'm wondering what's inside this building. Do you think there's anything going on at the Altruist camp currently? I haven't really seen you talk about it too often lately. What's your current status of the Altruist camp?
It's definitely one of the most mysterious places in the game, because, like, I mean, where can you go to find all kinds of naked people, you know what I'm saying? But I think one thing that's crazy is when you go there, the only soundtrack found in the game that relates to this, like, there's only one specific soundtrack for the Altruist camp, and nowhere else in the game you go that you find the same soundtrack.
Yep.
And that soundtrack happens to be like one of the most mysterious soundtracks in the game. I don't know if you could hear it right now. It's a little, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah. So there's the mysterious Altruist theme. Definitely a unique theme that only plays in this one area. And the fact that it triggers on is definitely a sign that there's something going on here. That's for sure.
And especially with the rock, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So any more thoughts on the Altruist camp? Of course, the jetpack symbols right over here on this ritual stone where they sacrifice people on. I know, UC, you've been talking about us having to possibly sacrifice Trevor. Do you have any ideas? I know, I mean, we've thought of that ourselves. I mean, that definitely makes sense. And through the storyline, you kind of want to with some of the stuff he does. But do you have any ideas right now?
Yeah, I think it's kind of obvious because like he's just like one psycho dude. Like probably doesn't deserve to live, but I mean,
Yep.
there's just like a lot of clues that kind of point toward it. I mean, like, um, there's also a tattoo around his neck that says "cut here," and there's like lines all around his neck. I don't know if that's a clue or just like a dumb tattoo, but
Yeah,
um,
that was a great point.
yeah, I did a video showing how like the mural symbols represent the characters' personalities and stuff like that. You know how like Trevor, he's the best pilot, and if you go to his old hangar, there's that tri-manifold R108, which equals jetpack confirmed, and like, you know, that pretty much represents Trevor. And since that symbol is being shown on the sacrificial rock, maybe it means that we have to kill him, sacrifice that character, so we could like further like get into the mystery or something like that.
Now, UC, what do you think about how you end the game off? Do you think that has to do anything with it if you decide to kill Trevor in the storyline, or if you decide to kill Michael? Do you think that has any play in it at all?
I think it does because I don't know. It's just a really weird mission. Like, why would you want to kill any of them? First of all, you know.
Maybe like if you decide to kill Michael, you can find the Easter egg. Maybe if you decide to kill Trevor, you can get the jetpack. Maybe that's one of those things that unlocks one of these, you know, boxes or something that we're waiting to do a sequence to try to unlock, you know?
Yeah, I think maybe we have to kill Trevor. I don't know because Michael's just more involved with the aliens, the Epsilon cult. You know, the Epsilon cult is just trying to find aliens, and that all connects to the mural because like there's a UFO on it. You know, there's maybe even the alien egg and stuff. So, you know, maybe he's the one that like has to do with the mystery. Him and Franklin both, because I don't know. I mean, it just kind of makes sense. If you look at the mural, there's like a little slit line that cuts off the jetpack symbol. And like, you know, like I said, like the symbols represent the characters. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know too much, but it's kind of weird. I think it's probably possible that we do have to kill one of them, you know, make a sacrifice for a better prize.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. In fact, I'm probably going to start up a separate file where I just kill Trevor. After I saw that video that you made, I thought that made a lot of sense. And it's like, you know, the common sense thing, of course, is to keep all the characters alive because we want to use them all. We don't want to be done with one altogether, especially Trevor, who has the best special ability in the game, unless you're doing some racing or whatever with Franklin. So we don't want to lose him, but it does make a lot of sense because I really like Trevor at first, at the beginning of the game, but the more you go on, the more you realize he's a bit of a dick, and it probably isn't a bad idea to kill him. So
Exactly.
I'll set up another 100% file where I do take him out. It is interesting because you have that final mission where you have to deliver pharmaceuticals to his mom, but she's not there. So is that part of the Chiliad Mystery, you know, checklist? There's a lot to talk about, a lot of different variables.
I don't know. I think like it's just all distorted. Like there's a lot of clues that point that we have to kill Trevor, but then there's a lot of clues that point that we have to kill Michael. It's all distorted. Like there's not really definitive answers. It's like if all clues tell you like yes, like we need to do like all that, but I don't know. It's really confusing. Like all the clues are really confusing. They're never like lead you in the right direction. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, another reason why it kind of makes sense that we need to kill Trevor is because he doesn't really have too much involvement with like the sci-fi type Easter egg in the game. Like Franklin has to go collect the spaceship parts. He gets the little space docker, which you know resembles the UFO car, and you know Michael connects to the Epsilon and being abducted. So those two characters mainly represent like the sci-fi alien type theme. Trevor doesn't really represent that type of theme, so maybe it does make sense that those two are the only ones involved. I don't really know too much about Trevor. Just seems like a douchebag that needs to be, you know, put in his place. But other than that, you know, that's pretty much it about that part.
Here we are. We have made it to the infamous hippie camp. And there's a lot going on here. There's so much to say. Of course, the WOW signal. This is really, in my opinion, the most obvious clue that they want us to believe there's an alien presence. Because all you have to do is research this number, and it tells you that in the real world, scientists, I mean, this is our closest thing that we have to an actual alien signal being discovered. I mean,
Yeah,
of course,
just something out there.
they're putting it here. What are you thinking about here when it comes to the hippie camp? You see so much to talk about. There's a second mural over here. These guys seem to be in a yoga position. What are you thinking?
I think it's interesting how the wow signal is just like pointing directly towards like the car with the UFO on top, because you know, like that can resemble the space stalker. It's a UFO car, and I mean it like if you honk the horn, there's special frequencies, and that can relate to the wow signal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's crazy how when you first come over here with the space stalker, every time the very first horn you're going to hear is that one very unique horn, and it just plays automatically when you first get into the vicinity here with the space stalker. A lot of hidden messages, beam me up. You do have the UFO flying overhead. The last question I really want to ask you, UC, the UFOs that we have here, they have FIB written on them. Do you think that they are controlled by the government? Is it a diversion tactic? What do you think?
I think it's possible. I mean, it's really obvious that, you know, why would aliens put an FIB symbol on their own spacecraft? It doesn't really make too much sense.
Yeah.
You know? And another thing is, you know, we do have that UFO did crash in the water. And we do have the Fort Zancudo UFO. If you take a close look at the interior, there's actually military people inside. And if you look at the texting on the UFO, it's actually English texting. So it's obvious sign that the government made them.
Yeah. I still think it could be a diversion tactic, but you're probably right. Is there still a real UFO to be discovered?
The only real one that I know of is the one that's crashed in the ocean. The other ones just seem to be like from the government, but I mean, who knows? Maybe the UFO right on top of the religious site that we are right here right now kind of just represents the government trying to like control us in a religious type way, or I don't really know, but you should go to the mural right here at the hippie camp.
All right, here we are.
If you look closely, you notice this is the replica of the mural.
Yeah.
And there's five boxes on the mural on Mount Chiliad, but if we look here, there's an extra box right there where that huge red spot is at. And if you look right next to it, there's a symbol that shows like two aliens mating. I don't know if that maybe represents the alien egg as like a secret thing that needs to be unlocked.
Oof, I don't even know what just took us out here, UC. What the hell?
Somehow we just died.
We were just chilling, and I don't know, maybe Michael had a heart attack or something.
I don't know.
That's crazy. We'll get more into it, guys. There's so much more to get into with the Chiliad Mystery.
Oh, yeah.
We've only cracked the surface of some things that we really need to break down. I know UC has a lot of things in mind here, and going back to that hippie camp, there's that red circle directly above the red circle. You have the UFO.
Yeah.
So maybe we have to do something on that circle. We have a theory we'll be trying out very soon.
Definitely.
Make sure to stay tuned here at Trippy Commentaries. We're going to put a link in the description to UC's channel, Deadhead Skater. Definitely check that out, guys. That's must-see when it comes to the Chiliad Mystery. Make sure you support him. Any last words here on this episode of the Jetpack Hunter? UC, any last thoughts?
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more with you. You know, I still have a lot of stuff to say. I'm just, you know, touching the tip of the iceberg, but you know, just everybody subscribe to my channel. When I do get my PS4, you know, I'll show you guys some crazy stuff. And all I can really say is just, you know, just show some support, and I'll just be more motivated in the end as time passes by.
Yep, definitely show some love to UC. We have some plans in the future. So, you know, if you guys have anything you want us to cover, definitely drop it in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. Once again, we really appreciate you guys tuning in to the episode. We will see you next time. I'm RJ for UC and FPS Kyle. Stay trippy, guys.